Welcome to the Cage of Dreams, and I'm your host and birthday boy, Bad Boy Carnage, and this is my co-host,
Carnage. Happy
Tony
birthday,
D.
buddy.
All right, brother, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh, excellent, man. As you can see, it's a birthday episode, and I just, for the rest of the show,
Oh, no, you didn't.
you can call me the birthday king.
You are the birthday king.
Okay?
Happy birthday, Burger
Thank
King.
you, man. I appreciate that. Say
Carnage,
blow some
I
horns and
knew
everything.
it was your birthday, so I got you a couple things. I got you
Okay.
this card, and I got you a tray of cookies.
The only problem is, dude, there's only a picture of cookies.
I ate the cookies. But listen, I got you a tray of cookies.
Wow.
And I got you a card.
All right, well, thank you. Well, let's
That's a
open a
heartfelt
card, man.
I saw it immediately. I thought of you.
And look, it even has his own picture on the front. Isn't that nice? Now you look like a monkey and smell like one too. Happy birthday.
Happy
Man,
birthday.
You're awesome, buddy. We're just going to have to put that right here, right behind this Golden Stone Colden Award right there.
Excellent.
All right, well, cool, man. Well, let's jump into it, of course. So we're going to start off because, you know, fans are first, brother. So we got to do it. And I have one here from Matt M. in the Nova Hood. And for all you country folks, that means Northern Virginia. And so he writes, hey, I saw one of your shows, and your top 5 was missing one of his favorite singers, Fergie, and he wants to know what's up. I guess he's referring to the one episode where we had the top 5.
The last episode with Laura.
Ladies in bed, in the band. Well, tell you what, Matt, I'm sorry to hear that we didn't put her in. We should have, but again, you know how our top 5 works. You know,
She would have been in the top 10. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, top 10 if we would have done that, but we did top 5. So, but anyway, about Fergie, all I could say is, dude, that you know, she makes the boys go loco, and guys get pleasure from her photo. The beat she's banging is delicious, and basically, she's Fergalicious.
She's Fergalicious. T to the A to the S-T-E-Y. She's
That's all we can say about that. But of course, now's the part of the show, the staple of the show. It's known all across the world, brother.
My favorite part of the show.
We had to bring it back because everybody loves it so much. And the top 5 this week are the top 5 people who aren't wrestlers, but should be.
So these people are not wrestlers.
They're not wrestlers.
But they should be.
But I think they should be.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and name them off and what you think. How about that?
I'll comment on them.
All right, we'll go start bottom up. Number 5, Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton should be a wrestler. It's just like Hacksaw Jim Duggan said. Ho!
Oh, love it. Thank you, man. That was pretty good. All right, number 4 is Oprah.
Oprah should be a wrestler, just like Ryback says.
Feed me more.
She goes on this roller coaster diet. You know?
Yeah, I know.
No offense, Oprah. I love you. It's not the Oprah.
Anyway, number 3, Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. Every day he can be seen on The Price is Right saying, "It's time to play the game."
All right, number 2, The Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man, obviously. You can't see me.
Another one of our non-favorite people.
You love John Cena.
No. And our number 1 for the top 5 this week, Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock. If you smell what the Spock is cooking.
And there it is, the top 5. We're going to take a break. And on this show, we brought it. I'm a wrestler. We finally have one of the top female pro wrestlers in the world.
If not the top.
If not, she's gorgeous, she's tough.
Oh, she's a diva.
And she's on the show. Her name is Fantasia. She is coming up. Stay tuned. Cage of Dreams. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Stevie B from LTW Entertainment, hanging out with Carnage with the Cage of Dreams. Check us out. Anytime, any place, we'll be there. Thank you, buddy.
Welcome back to the Cage of Dreams, and I'm your host, the birthday king, Carnage. And with us is none other than the lovely and talented Fantasia. Thanks
Fantasia.
for coming on the show, dear.
Fantasia, welcome to the show.
That's Tony D, by the way.
Do I have to shake his hand?
You have to shake my hand.
I don't even know why I'm sitting beside you.
Well, just so you can get my cooties. Why do you think you're sitting beside me?
Well, I got you on the show. I appreciate you coming on. I know you have a tough schedule. You're traveling all over the world and everything. And so I guess we can just go ahead and start off by go ahead and giving the fans where they can maybe reach you at, maybe on Twitter or Facebook or anything like that, if you want to go ahead and throw that out.
Well, like you said, I'm traveling a lot and I'm very busy, and so it's your honor that I'm here. I'd wish you a happy birthday, but we're beyond that point. But anyway, I don't do Twitter. I don't have time for that. I don't need people in my business. But I do have a Facebook page they can go to. It's Fantasia. It's the only one out there for the pro wrestling. So you can go to Facebook and check that out.
I've done that. I friended you yesterday. You haven't acknowledged it yet.
And she probably won't, I'm guessing.
I'm getting the vibe here.
Yeah, she's pretty tough, man.
You sure that's not your phone?
Wow. All right. Well, anyway, let's move a little forward here. Now, I know you've trained people, you've promoted, you've managed, you've wrestled. I mean, you pretty much do everything in the sport of pro wrestling. Of all of that, what do you find the most gratifying?
The teaching, the training. 21 years in pro wrestling, like you said, I've pretty much done it all. And at this stage in the game of where I'm at, I really enjoy training other individuals, because that way I know I'm leaving behind a legacy of my own of properly trained individuals that can go and meet my standards and do what needs to be done for pro wrestling.
I take it you don't have charm school in your curriculum.
Moving on.
I think we might be coming down to something between these two, but who knows?
She loves to hate me.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
But she loves me.
So does everybody.
Well, at least you acknowledge I don't like you.
Now, for people out there in TV land, I'm sure there's probably young ladies out there that would love to be like you and be a pro wrestler. Is there any good advice that you can maybe give the young ladies out there?
First of all, be like me. Not going to happen. I'm one and only. There's not going to be another one of Fantasia, period. But get into a good school, listen, keep your mouth shut, pay your dues, and work hard. And if you cannot get in the ring and take abuse that we do on our bodies day in and day out, then get out of my business.
Well said. I like that. Now, I know me and you, people don't know this, but me and you have actually wrestled in mixed tag matches many years ago. And we've pretty much come along with some of the same people. I know you were trained by Rusty Fox Thomas. I know you were involved with her.
I was not trained by her.
And
get your facts straight. You don't bring me here and get your facts
straight.
What are the facts?
You know, these are the things that I'm finding.
She was my first match.
First match.
Okay.
Yes. All right, well, I'm glad you clarified that for me. So how was that wrestling her?
It was actually pretty good. Like I said, it was my first match, and I did beat her. Respect was earned that night in that match, because she went in there taking me lightly, and it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, I've been in the ring with her myself, and she is pretty. She's pretty tough. She's pretty much like you from the old school, where she don't take any mess either. You know, you get in there with her, you do what you need to do.
The old school must have been mean.
It was. Hey, that's the way it was, man. You had to pay your dues. It wasn't all fluff like it is now on TV. You know,
it's a lot of
think
fluff.
that it's they just see it on TV.
I forgot that. She won't even look at me anymore.
I was going to say, do I have to look at this and acknowledge
No,
this?
you don't
did say
really
one
have to
thing
do
right.
with that.
No,
No.
I picked up on it. See, we're connected that
I know
way.
you've worked with Bob Starr, who I've known for many, many years as well. Shout out to Bob Starr. What was it like working? I know y'all worked together, like training and things like that. So I mean, what was that like?
Bob Starr was actually one of my trainers that I give credit to. I was trained actually under Nasty Angel and Spike out of the Monster Factory in New Jersey. And then I went on the road with Greg Valentine, Lonnie Kai, and several others, and completed my training there. And I actually did a year's training worth of submissions after that as well. But Bob was actually one of my very first female versus male matches, and it was phenomenal. It was really great to really kick my trainer's butt. But it was, like, again, that was another match that earned respect. And I really knew then once I got out of that match that it was time for me to go ahead and move on, and training was done. Right.
That's good. Yeah, he's a great guy. He still wrestles today, and probably one of the better guys out there as far as I'm concerned.
And Greg the Hammer. I mean, he's still around, right?
Greg the Hammer, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to excuse him sometimes.
Carnage, you know what it is? It's my Axe body spray. It just attracts her.
Is that what it is?
Exactly. It's just like the commercial.
Well, it stings. Get a different brand.
Now, let me ask you this. Just hypothetically, what would be your dream mixed tag match that you'd like to be in?
My dream mixed tag match?
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't pinpoint any particular individuals to be in a match. other than individuals that know how to work, that know how to get in the ring and know how to wrestle a match and not just stand there and look stupid.
I know all about
like
that.
Him sitting here looking stupid.
Now, I know was it in school you did some powerlifting.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. How did that go? And you know, I know there might be some guys out there that you know, might find you very attractive and stuff. So maybe you can throw out some numbers that might make them, you know, might punk them out a little bit or something. So go ahead and
Well,
talk
actually,
about
I
that.
still powerlift. I've been powerlifting since middle school, and I do compete. However, I cannot release what my max weights are because I may have competition listening. But I still do the powerlifting, and I know for a fact I outlift several other male wrestlers. Would you find that interesting?
No, I was just wondering. I was thinking, he mentioned the fellas. I was wondering how you like to end your first date. Submission, disqualification, count out, or pinfall?
Would you like to find out?
Maybe. If we're talking about dinner.
I can feel the heat rising between these two over here. Wow. All right. Well, moving on. She's tough, man. She's a tough guest that we've had on the show,
Well, like I
man.
said, she loves to hate me, but the fact of the matter is she loves me.
If that makes him feel good, fine.
That makes me feel great.
Oh, wonderful. Idiot.
Now, one of the legends in the business who I've had a chance to meet one time was Dusty Rhodes. And I know he is phenomenal. And I could listen to the man talk all day. I know you've met him, and probably many times. Tell us a little bit about what was, you know, first time that you ever met him.
Well, actually, he's my mentor. He's the reason why I got in the business. He's the one that brought me into the business. We met at a show, NWA in Baltimore, and back then I was a lot more muscular because I was really heavily involved in sports and powerlifting, and I was spotted in the crowd, and they took me back and I met them, and 21 years later, here I am.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
But he's a super awesome,
Yeah.
awesome guy.
We can agree on that. I, too, like the American dream.
Can you write that down? He agrees on something.
I told you we'd find common ground. I told you. Just give it time.
I have to get a pen later and we'll jot that down.
But you're unprepared too.
Yes, I am.
And this is your show.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's his birthday. You got to cut him some
It's my
slack.
birthday. Come on, I've been
This is a
celebrating all
celebration.
weekend. You know, it's been long for me. I'm trying to get back into it. Please.
No, you knew I was coming.
Excuse me.
So you be prepared when I come here to benefit you.
She is tough, folks. That's all I got to say about that.
She's
and
tough.
you don't want to be in a ring with her
Nope.
on a bad day, especially probably not today. If she
Unless
had a
I'm in her
match after
corner.
this, I'd feel sorry for the person getting in the ring.
A handicap match.
Yeah, she'd probably take 2 or 3 on.
You are such a moron. Shut up. Does he have to talk? He's your co-host, right? So he has to
does.
talk.
Yeah,
So I got to
he's
tolerate
gotta
it.
talk. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Now, you've had some dealings with China. I'm sure a lot of people in the world know China.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Actually, I trained with her a little bit, not to train for myself, but with her. And I did a couple matches with her. First of all, I do want to say, very, very nice lady. Very nice woman.
I can't imagine that.
Very nice woman. I will give her credit for that. And she really did come a long way. Unfortunately, she saw the wrong side of what the business really can do and not do. Right. But I actually enjoyed having matches with her. It was a lot of fun.
So you actually got a chance to work with her in some
Yes, I
matches
did.
and stuff?
Yes, I did.
And
Yeah.
how was that? How was she? Because you know, I'm sure a lot of people look at her and I think she probably wrestles like a man, is real, hard to work with and things like that.
Well, she was kind of hard to work with only because of the fact she wasn't very flexible. But I wrestle men as well as women, and for the longest time I was always booked on shows to wrestle men because of my size and strength. So working with her was kind of compared to working against a guy because of her physique and her size and so forth. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Yeah.
I remember her DX days.
Yeah.
That's probably when she was at like her most jacked.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, she looked like a real dude back then. She was pretty ripped.
Pretty ripped.
Now I don't know what she's doing now. She's not doing a whole lot of nothing. I know you also work with, was it Lady Victoria?
Yes.
I know you do a lot of work with her and stuff.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about some of the work you do with her.
Lady Victoria owns her own company, World of Women's Wrestling, out of Dayton, Ohio. And it's a custom DVD company, as well as she runs some live shows a couple times a year. And she's also an ex-bodybuilder and super awesome, great lady. I love working with her. We just went on the road not too long ago, a couple months ago, went down to Georgia and Atlanta and so forth, and we just had a blast. I love working with her. But she's also, we did 2 boxing matches, and I actually knocked her out and broke my thumb on the one match with her. But we had a lot of fun.
Breaking bones, a lot of fun. You know it. That's why we were all in professional wrestling, man. If we're not breaking some bones and beating somebody up, drawing some blood, we're not happy.
Let the good times roll.
You know, that's how we got to do it. So it's nothing but a beautiful day.
Is it
knowing that
speaking
we kind of
again?
heard somebody. Yeah,
It's talking again.
I can't help it. He doesn't have a switch or nothing.
I'm not trained.
I just can't.
I'm not trained.
Yeah, we're still working on him. We've
I'll never
only
be
been doing
broken.
this for
What, for
a
a
few
litter
months.
box?
Yeah.
Anything.
You need one.
Do what I do.
Because you got diarrhea of the mouth. Be quiet.
You got any questions for the lovely Fantasia?
All right, well, I have the rapid fire segment, which is coming up.
You have any other questions maybe for her or anything?
I don't have any questions for her.
Oh, now you're going to be quiet.
See, now we ain't got nothing to say.
I feel like
now,
I have to raise my hand to ask this woman a question.
You
Oh,
do.
really?
Of course, I'm not going to see it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
I said yes. What's the question?
That was the question.
What?
Can I ask you a question?
You're an idiot.
Boy.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yes, you can.
I'll say if not, I'll say moron.
No,
You're a
no,
moron.
yeah, you can say moron. You can say idiot. That's fine.
Okay.
Now we've me and you've been in the business about the same time. I've been in 20. You've been in 21. So we travel up and down the road. Give an idea of, because people, you know, they watch the TV wrestling. They think it's all glory and you know, fun and games and stuff. Why don't you kind of give it just an idea of what it's like to go to, like, say maybe one show when you have to travel or something. Just kind of give people an idea of what we go through in a day just for one match.
That's actually a good point that you bring up, because a lot of people think it's really all this glory, and it is in some aspect of it. But for a prime example, in the month of June, I did over 4,000 miles in the month of June, just going from show to show and show, and I was away from my home for 30 days straight.
Right.
Same thing again here in July. I had the first week off to stay at home, but then I'm on the road for the whole month of July, and I'm not at home. So.
They didn't sell it when you were gone?
But it's not, the road trips can be very fun and exciting, because that's where you can learn and share a lot of stories, that, you know, who you have traveling with you and so forth. Right. But it's hard work. I mean, just I drove 6.5 hours one way this past weekend for a 7-minute match. So you figure 13 hours for 7 minutes in front of fans, that was my job. Yeah. So there's a lot involved in it. Plus, you're on the road. You can't always go to the gym and be in the comfort of your own home and luxuries, the wear and tear on your vehicles and so forth. So it's hard work, and a lot of people don't understand that. And there's quite a few places that they do fly me to when they're longer distance. I choose to drive only because I hate flying. Right. But going overseas and everything is always a golden opportunity, and I really enjoy going overseas a lot too. But it's hard work.
Well, that's cool. We're going to talk a little bit more about that.
I want to thank you on behalf of the passengers who don't have to sit next to you on a plane.
I'll tell you what, we're going to be going to break here in a minute. So why don't you go ahead? I know you have rapid fire real quick. Go ahead
do have rapid fire questions.
And hit her up with the
So what are you reaching
rapid
for,
fire
rapid
questions.
fire?
No, I just have a question written down, and I'm going to ask you some questions very quickly, and then you just answer with the first thing that comes off the top of your head. Okay. In backyard wrestling.
What did he just say?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Did he just say backyard wrestling?
In backyard.
You just said backyard wrestling?
Backyard wrestling.
Can I see your hat?
You can see my hat.
Can I see your hat? Can I see your hat? That is what I think about backyard wrestling. Sorry.
Okay, while Tony comes to his senses, let's go ahead and go to a slight break. And wow, Fantasia's tearing up Tony and the set. We'll be right back. Come back, Cage of Dreams.
This is Darrell Young, fullback, Washington Redskins, number 36. Went to Villanova University. I'm watching Cage of Dreams with my next corner.
Welcome back to the Cage of Dreams. I'm your birthday boy, Carnage, with us, the lovely and mean Fantasia is on the show. Well, that's what he said, okay? I'm just.
Well, he doesn't count.
And Tony is finally coming back to his senses a little bit after bad-mouthing our guest, Fantasia. She,
what happened?
as you can see,
You
she
insulted
kind of cracked this cookie sheet over his head.
There goes the party.
So, and I better move this because I don't want that getting ruined either. So we'll move that out of the way. Hey, watch the table now. Anyway, we got a few minutes left. I know I want to talk about something that's near and dear to your heart, something I'm a part of because I'm on it, and it's called Keeping It Real. It's on Facebook. I know it's an exclusive page, and I'm thankful to be a part of it. I appreciate that. And so go ahead and we got a few minutes. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. The Keeping It Real has been a project I have been working on for several years now, and it's actually one of my mottos. It's on all of my merchandise. It's Keeping It Real. And what it is about is being real in professional wrestling and getting in that ring and connecting with the fans and showing them the physical contact and not just getting in there just because. That's boring. Fans need to be in that ring with you and feel and know what you're doing and go through those stages with you. A lot of times, what's happening a lot in this business is anybody is opening up promotion, anybody is buying a ring, anybody is opening up a school and not training individuals properly. It's just not about getting in the ring and learning the moves. There are thousands of holds and moves and things that need to be done, including the reversals. Right. But what's lacking is the respect, the diversity, the integrity, the professionalism. It's not there anymore because, as you made reference to backyard, that's what is and become a cancer in our business of pro wrestling. So Keeping It Real involves several veterans in this business, such as Magnum TA, the Headbangers, Tully Blanchard. I mean, there's just so many individuals involved in this group, and what we are doing is coming together to provide a union to bring this business back to old school the way it's supposed to be and show respect and do what you're supposed to be doing the right way and not just going out there and taking money from fans and giving them a crappy match or a product in return. We're fed up and we're taking it over and we're done with it. I have several individuals that I mentor right now, Marcus Streets being one of them, who came from just his name, The Streets, from that era of being in that new generation and has now completely done a 180 and turned it around, and he now understands and gets what it's Keeping It Real is supposed to be. And I've seen a 100% improvement in his matches, including the promoters that he works for have said the same thing. So Keeping It Real is a union of individuals coming together to take back the business and put it the way it's supposed to be instead of it being crappy of what you're seeing now on TV.
You know, I applaud that. You know, I got to give you.
I do too. You know, we have our differences, but I completely respect what you just said.
I got to look at it.
No, you don't have.
Okay, thank you.
But no, I understand totally, and like I said, I'm down with that 100% because that's what this business needs to be. It needs to go back to the old school. People need to learn how to pay their dues, and you know, respect the business. And a lot of that is just not out there. You know, they see TV wrestling, which I don't even care to watch, but you know, they see that and they think it's, you know, all this super cool stuff. You can just get in there and just do whatever it is that they're watching on TV, and it's not like that.
Right, and you kind of noticed the change when we started talking about the Keeping It Real, how passionate I became about it. I'm very serious about it because this is what needs to take place to get the cancer and what I call the worms out of pro wrestling. Those that are not trained and going out there and working for free and taking bookings and not fully trained and hurting other girls and guys in the ring. I am sick of it, and I am going to make the change, and I've told everybody it will happen, and that is what the Keeping It Real group is all about. And we just made it a very private group on Facebook to start, but it is going and progressing to other projects, and I'm so excited and happy about its success. I mean, I'm so passionate about it.
You know, it's fantastic to hear that. I know we're just about out of time. You know, I'm with you 100%. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Going forward with Keeping It Real and everything else that you do. I thank you for coming on.
I'm thank
sorry
you too,
you had
Fantasia.
to put up with my co-host, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You're a sweetheart. I've known you forever, and I'm glad you're my friend. Well, that's it, folks. You heard it. Fantasia was on the show. One of the top wrestlers in the world was right here. See you next time, and you know what I always say, don't just live your life, live your dream.